big news. Wait till some people get here. We're gonna step outside. By weed, that's the royal weed. Alright, I'm gonna go walking around for a while. I got time to kill. I took the Trump virus test today. That's the common word for it now. Some people mistakenly call it COVID or coronavirus. That's actually outdated now. It's the Trump virus. Still a heat wave in Los Angeles. Oh crap, I gotta blow my nose. Alright, I'm gonna walk around now and try and stay cool, not overheat. I was getting sick from the heat the other day. Oh, this lock on the driver's door, it works about 40% of the time. Ugh, gotta fill up my water. I'm gonna be walking around some. Wow, this Honda Civic that's backing up, it's like bouncing. How's that possible? It stops after backing up like 3 miles an hour, and then it just, when it hits the brakes, it bounces. Oh shit. Oh, the guy's lost power. He's like pushing the car now. Oh, that's why it wasn't reversing. It totally lost all power. Well, I took the test, the Trump virus test. I think some people are still calling it by its old name. It's completely outdated name. They want to be politically correct, but it's the Trump virus. And it's a very simple test. It's actually beautiful. This one was a beauty. You wouldn't believe the tests we have here. All kinds of testing. I didn't have an appointment. I didn't know you had to make one. I have no idea how to make one because I looked many times and I could not find the Hanson Dam appointment, like a page online to do it. I looked both months ago, back before it was known as the Trump virus, and I looked today after I pulled in. They said, well, you can make an appointment on your phone if you look it up. But the lady didn't know the website, and she's like, I'm going to ask the other guy. And she's like, he doesn't know the website either. There is no website as far as I can tell. But they took me anyways. They just took my info. It was drive-through. Very simple. Let me tell you, this was a beauty. I mean, you talk about, you know, our wonderful, I just ate, by the way, that's why I'm coughing, I hope. I wouldn't joke about having this thing, but yeah, I just ate and I'm like a little choked up. But you drive through, they give you little like sticky notes They write down your info. You lower your window 2 inches, tell it to them, and then you tell them your info and stuff, so they know where to send the test results. I fill up my water bottle, and the test itself is very simple. I'll get to that in a minute. It doesn't involve anything painful or sticking swabs deep up your nose. This is a rare sight. Instead of me filling up a water bottle myself, I'm filling it up at the water fountain. So that's the testing area behind me at the Hanson Dam. All through there, it was very quick. The line of cars went very quickly. The test, all it is, and by the way, people have been calling me, telling me great things about hydroxychloroquine. They're very optimistic about it. I say, try it. What do you have to lose? Okay, that's kind of dumb. But they give you a little bag with a Q-tip in it and a vial to put it in. So basically, you pull up and they just yell the things at you from several feet away from your car, and you have the window cracked 2 inches. Basically, you take it, put it in your mouth, you swab it around for 20 seconds everywhere. Under your tongue, on your tongue, your cheeks, the roof of your mouth. I even hit the gums too. You put it in this little vial they give you, you pull up, and you drop off almost like in a mail slot. That's it. Whole thing, I was waiting in my car to go through with everyone ahead of me. Whole thing maybe took like 15 minutes from pulling in to leaving, so I finally had a full meal for once. I went to Panda Express, got their honey sesame chicken. Ate a little too much, but it's okay. I'm going to walk around now. And now I'm going to wait for the results that should come in. I'm not sure when, I think they said, but someone else told me he got it in 2 days. Holy crap, this guy with the dead Civic is parked in the middle of a fucking lane. What is he thinking? Where is it? I can't see. There. Okay, now I guess he's pulled up more to the curb. I can't tell. Is he trying to push his car down the road? This road is dangerous. I don't know. I'm not trying to keep filming it. No, I didn't fix my car yet, but it didn't overheat while I was parked waiting. So that's really good. At the Trump virus testing site, holy crap, this guy, now he's backing up his car. I don't know if maybe it only goes in reverse. And now he's right by my car. Please don't damage my car. Okay, I'm not trying to bother him. But somebody else told me it takes like 2 days to get results, maybe a little bit longer. So I'm going to wait, because last night I was at Sunspace and I was helping do the live stream. They trained me on OBS, which was really cool. It's actually awesome, man. I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know it was this simple. It took me like 1 minute to learn. It's just basically, it's like a studio switcher, except on a computer. I used studio switchers when I was when I was interning at a public access TV station. Of course, you know, I understand some stuff about video and live streaming and stuff, not a ton, but I was like, this is so simple, and OBS is a free program. I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to do a live show. Oh, I'm getting all choked up. With my mom at some point and do this. It's the easiest thing. You run the HDMI out from your camera, and they're using my camera as one of their cameras to live stream. And so we did the jazz show last night. I had to, even though the instruments weren't that loud, I still had to have earplugs and earmuffs on, these cheap dollar store earmuffs, but I'm glad I had them because my ears are so sensitive. Fortunately, they're not hurting very badly today, but my ears are just so damn sensitive. The smoke out here in LA is just horrible from the fires. I cannot even see past this field in front of me. The smoke is so dense. You can't see past the field. You can barely see those mountains over there. Oh, and I cleaned my car. Anyways, you don't need to see my car. You don't need to see that. So, because I was around people last night at Sunspace, and I'm really trying to limit how much I go there for live streams when other people are there. I really am paranoid. I decided, well, I should get tested in that way. If I am positive, I can tell them and say, hey, everybody get tested, you know. Even though I was wearing a mask 95% of the time, I only stopped to drink water and eat a little bit. And if I'm negative, even better. It's like, okay, good, that's a relief. I hope I allow it enough time. That's enough time, right? If you think you're exposed one day, get tested the next day. Is that right? Does anybody know how long after an exposure you should wait to get tested? It's not like some diseases where it can take, 2 weeks or a month to develop antibodies to it. Alright, gonna go walking through the park now with a bunch of Panda Express in my belly. But yeah, behind me, that's the testing site. I accidentally called it by the wrong name. I was going to call it the C virus thing. That's wrong. It's outdated. The Trump virus. T virus. And the fucking sky is just murky with smoke from the wildfires. I got time to kill today before I can get back to working on my laptop, so. And please check out Sunspace's social media. They're making their live streams more and more elaborate to where it's beyond anything we could do at the public access studio 15 years ago, even with, much more expensive equipment. Now a lot of it's free and everything, and we got 2 monitors set up, multiple cameras running. We have one guy operates an iPhone with an app that connects to Twitch that we stream from, so we can switch to his camera where he's just walking around handheld the iPhone. It looks great. And they're using my old Canon Vixia as like an A cam. But maybe at some point they'll just use phones to broadcast. Anyway, so yeah, go support them because they're hoping to stay in business, and hopefully if they can get through the pandemic, they can still keep live streaming their shows. And their Unusual Tuesday shows in particular is great. It's hilarious. It's weird. It's very avant-garde in many ways. They got music there, and it's incredible what they're doing with basically volunteers. It'd be good if they can get a lot of viewers, the viewers they deserve. For this kind of production they're doing, like 50,000 viewers. It is insane. It's better produced than the DNC was, the Democratic National Convention. I'm totally serious. And support them so potentially, they can stay going until after the Trump virus is out of here. So if you're in the LA area, by the way, the Hanson Dam, I have no idea how you make an appointment. Nobody knew that I talked to here, but they'll still take you. They'll just ask for your information there instead of having it set up ahead of time. The line went very quickly. My car didn't overheat, thank goodness. I'm going to keep checking the coolant every week or so. And I'm looking forward to putting the new radiator in and making the definitive guide to replacing your radiator on a 2000 Toyota Camry. Because frankly, the other videos showing it, they're a disgrace. They don't show every technique and every tool you need properly. I think. Well, one sort of does, but I don't know. Maybe it's a different model Camry than mine. And I'll show how to burp it and everything. I don't call it bleeding it. When I hear bleeding it, I associate blood donation. So a little tube and the blood slowly leaking out into a bag. You're not slowly leaking the radiator coolant out into a bag, so don't call it bleeding it. You burp it when you get the air out. Boy, you can barely see the mountains in the distance. That smoke from the wildfires is covering everything. Hey everyone, yes, hey Lynx. Yeah, I hope I'm negative too. I'm hearing great things. I wouldn't really joke about having it, I don't like that, but I just like making fun of Trump's asinine. Yes, I've been taking hydroxychloroquine for some time. That's how you know he's lying, when he just starts hesitating and getting vague and rambling on. So that's basically every time he speaks. Seriously, when isn't he doing that? When he says, yes, I've been taking it for some time now, and you know, people have been, and they said, well, how do you know it's not, it's reliable, it's not, he said, look, I say, just take it, just try it. What do you have to lose? Just try it. People are calling me, and they're very positive about it, they're very excited. So yeah, I don't assume I have it, I'm just always very paranoid, and I'm trying to make sure I'm responsible. And if I do have it, fuck, man. How do I quarantine when there's no one to get me food? I have nowhere to stay where I can just, you know, have food delivered and stuff and dropped off or whatever, or have other people get me stuff. I have to go out to get food. It's getting hot. I'll get under a tree. But yeah, it's best if everybody really if you're working around others a lot, get tested, you know? And thank goodness the test was super easy. It's the most beautiful test. We have the most beautiful tests. If you look out here, I mean, look at this, really. I mean, how did all this get here, you know? I mean, I think, gee, America, this is a very special place. Actually, nobody knows what it's called, but it's just such a majestic, it's just a tip-top place. And click like, everybody, helps the video out. Ela Benton, thank you so much. What is that, South Korean money? SEK? What country is that? LA County cases are going down? I hope so, Drake. I don't know whether they are or not. It's interesting so I'm at Hanson Dam. Across the street is a really crappy shopping center. But the great thing is they have an auto zone. The auto zone is so big compared to the one I normally go to. There was basically there was nobody in there. It was so nice, and 4 employees. Normally you go into a smaller auto zone that's busier. You have to walk past them, people waiting in line just to go shop for parts. So this was really great. I got just some shop towels and a really cheap car detailer spray that they didn't have at the other AutoZone, and that other one was even more expensive, and it was a smaller bottle. So that was great, and I know when I order my radiator and stuff, that's the store I'm going to. And the shopping center itself, the parking lot was mostly empty, which is nice. It would normally be so fucking busy around here, and it's just hard to walk in. It's like there's not good paths and stuff. There's tons of litter everywhere. Not everywhere, but a lot around. You're Swedish. Thank you so much, Ela. I really appreciate it. So that amounts to about $5.60. $50 Swedish kronen, I guess. click like, everybody. Helps the video out. Let's get this video to Sweden and beyond. And, you know, a much peace and love. And be responsible. Get tested if you think you should. Up till this point, I really didn't think I should because everyone I was around had masks. But at Sunspace last night, the musicians did not have masks. And neither did everyone at some point, you know, took their mask off. Even me, I was eating and drinking. And the test itself was very simple. I didn't need anyone to administer it to me. All you do is, when you drive through, they slide a bag in your window with your test materials. You take a Q-tip, put it in your mouth for 20 seconds. The end of the Q-tip breaks off. And I didn't realize, I thought I broke it, and then I realized why. But they say, well, first, cough into your mask 5 times. I did that. I said, okay. And then they said, okay, now put the Q-tip in your mouth for 20 seconds. Put it everywhere, like under your tongue, on your tongue, your cheeks, and the roof of your mouth. So once I did that, they said, put it in the vial you have in the bag. That's it. Seal up the bag, drive to the end, and you just drop it off, and it's kind of like a mail slot. Ironic what's happening to our postal service. We got the Trump virus and the Trump postal destruction, and that was it. And so now I'll wait. I don't know, hopefully it comes in 2 or 3 days. That way, you know, I mean, obviously I'm expecting and hoping negative, and if that happens, I can tell, you know, everyone. But if I'm positive too, then they really need to know, so they all know to get tested and to isolate as well. And that's how you do it. But like I said, I'm expecting negative. I hope it is, but I must be sure. If I'm going to be around other people, you got to be responsible. But is this long enough though for it to incubate? Because I was there yesterday, and if I got it, it hasn't even been 24 hours since my exposure. It would have been like, let's say around 7 o'clock, I'd say, when a lot of people were there and stuff. Let's say 8. So this morning, like 14 hours. Is that enough time for it to show up on a test? My mom's doing all right. Yeah. She's still able to have a job at her school. And basically, since the schools are closed in Arlington now, or they're going to be closed, and just online learning at least the first month, she's still able to have a job. They're just going to be giving out food to families, you know, coming by. So, oh good, I'm under the shade of a tree. And the nice thing too with this, not that it's a good thing, you know, what's happening, but with the park being closed, I'm practically by myself here. No other people to deal with. I get stressed out at that other park I go to. I go to it because it's very close by, and most of the day it's not that crowded, but it's just too small. I get stressed walking around the same places and other people walking by in my way. And also yesterday I was walking around the sky. I could hear him from across the park screaming at the top of his lungs while doing push-ups. Yeah! I'm like, you dumb little, you know, garbage person, screaming like a maniac. But yeah, wear your masks. Definitely, you know, distance from people, because it'd be a shame to get this needlessly and spread it. And I'm just going to walk a lot today. I didn't exercise this morning at workout. I was so stiff this morning, my body and stuff. I don't know. I needed to sleep more. And anyways, Yeah, so I'm just going to walk around for exercise. 15 people here. Click like, everyone. So I've been getting great calls about, this hydroxychloroquine and a lot of positive stuff about it. So people just try it, try it. Oh, I didn't know you're in Santa Clarita or around there, Drake. Uh, yes, my brother is a. I don't even like saying the two words together, but yes, he is. It makes sense, when you see the type of person he is and the type of background he has. A lot of racism, a lot of hatred and anger, and projection and denial, and criminal convictions. Yes, that adds up to a person who's very fond of the president and his administration, and is all for, basically he's just pro-racism. He's just a little racist. And living in my mom's basement after attacking me, and then saying, basically, it's my fault that he got arrested. He didn't deserve it. So that's a Trump supporter in a nutshell. Um, yeah, it is a good thing he's out of my life, Drake. Thank you. Steve Bannon got arrested. That's another good thing. Although of all the things he'd get arrested for, it's the running a scam with that border wall GoFundMe thing that apparently he used money for himself and others did, including Donald Jr. That's the kind of people these people are, and it's who my brother supports. You know, he puts down civil rights of black people and stuff. I don't like getting into it. I won't get into it, but um, yeah, and he buys into white supremacist rhetoric. Well, yeah, okay, Jana, that's incubation, but how long does it take? That may be how long it takes to show symptoms, but how long does it take to get a positive test? Maybe I should have waited for a test. I don't know, or maybe not. Like, how long after an exposure should you wait to get a test? That's the question. Because if it's 5 days, oh, that's kind of crappy. I'd have to go right back. But they have a good setup here where they had it very efficient and just didn't take any extra time. And it's hot out, man. Those people are wearing masks and these, like, kind of very light sort of ponchos to protect their clothes. Click like, everyone. It helps the video out. We got to get this message spread. Drink. Fuck. The smoke is so bad in LA. I mean, I don't know if it's my imagination or if I can see it slightly in this field, but you can definitely see it over the mountains. Look at that. Barely able to see the mountains. I don't really want to answer that, Drake. Yeah, I just don't want to get into rants or anything. But a lot's been said about him. I think that makes it clear. I don't think he's that concerned about, people who are really in need, and he's not concerned about, their problems here. He acts like he is. He talks like it. But ultimately, it's all kind of hollow. He works at the behest of his rich friends. Yeah, wildfires. They're all around here, I guess. I don't know exactly how far away they are. I really got to take a day to learn the geography of Southern California and LA. That'd be great to know, because I just do not know it worth shit. I vaguely learned it. Okay, there's more of the valley north. The city is south. The beaches are west. The Pacific Ocean is west. East is more land. But yeah, I don't really know it that well. I don't need my hat on in the shade. So I hope I didn't get the test too soon after being around others. I don't know. I can't worry about it. What am I going to do? Get mad at myself for going too soon to get tested? I didn't know. Someone look it up. How long after a possible exposure should you will it show up on a test? Someone please look it up for me. I can't look it up myself. I don't have my laptop. This is a windbreaker. It's not that hot. It's very thin. See? It's basically to protect me from the sun. I don't even want to talk about them, Hila. But you can find plenty on, you know, what people think about them. But I don't care for them, no. Trying not to get manic. I'm finally getting to a point where I'm really recovering well from my dissociative disorder, and getting too into politics and stuff, it makes me dissociated. I can't do it. It's unfortunate. I really wish that wasn't... Well, I don't care, but if it's the case or not, I just have to know to avoid triggering my symptoms. And you know what? I will take my jacket off while I'm sitting under a tree because the sun's not hitting me. It's too hot to work out during the day. Man, I'll freaking pass out. 2 to 5 days? God damn it. So I looked at, so I got tested too soon. Oh well. Damn. So now my test results are going to be useless unless they're positive. But I'm not trying to joke about having it. You know, I think maybe I was going right up to poor taste there. Damn. So I really took it too soon. I should have waited at least another, say, 2 days. All right, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll try again at the end of the week and see if I'm not positive already. But I don't necessarily expect to be. Damn, why did I do it so soon? I didn't think, man. I wonder if they keep my information database, so they're like, no, you were here too recently. Because I did have to give my, you know, information, so they know where to send my results. Damn. Oh, well. Right, well, I'm definitely not symptomatic, so that's the thing. And the only really possible place that's there where there's any likelihood if someone had it, they could have given it to me, was last night, because people weren't wearing masks consistently. I'm not saying secrets, because you can see on the live stream the musicians weren't wearing masks. So I wanted to get tested, and now it looks like I got tested too soon. Thanks a lot for telling me I should wait 2 days. You should have lied to me. Yeah, thanks, Drake. The thing is, that's not a plan. You can say you should win the lottery, but once you say you should do that, it's not something you can just work for. It's just something, it's not something you should do, it's just something that might happen to you. And there's no way I'm wasting money on a lottery ticket. I'm better off spending that money on food. Man, it is so nice being quiet here. It's like my own estate, like my own mansion. What time is it? Almost noon. Yeah, I mean, look at this field. And this is just one part of the dam. There's places to walk all around here. So my test today was pointless. At least I didn't pay anything for it. Who knows? Maybe I'll be lucky. Again, I don't want to joke about it. I didn't realize I was making a type of joke about it until I started saying it. I'm still waiting to hear back on a job. Really, there's nothing I can do until the middle of this week when I'm going to talk to someone and they're gonna like have me matched up with a counselor at this job placement company, and then I can go forward with the job application. And the good thing about applying is, I mean, this job, I'll be working, it sounds like basically by myself or maybe another person. I don't know how many other people I'll be working with, but there's no customers. It's in buildings that are closed, so you don't have random people coming in and out, supposedly. And I'm sure they'll, or I hope, and I'm sure they'll require any employees there to wear masks, so that'll be nice. Well, yeah, symptoms occur in by 14 days after exposure, but my question is, you know, when does the Trump virus show up on a test? Like how long after an exposure? So that's different. It may not show up. You may not ever have symptoms, but you can still test positive. So that's what I wanted to know. But if it's 2 to 5 days, well, I missed it. This phone keeps cutting out. Different tests for different antibodies. I have okay. I mean, that doesn't tell me anything about, you know, how long after a exposure to get tested. Well, Bergman, you don't know that. That's the thing. People who have been healthy have gotten extremely sick with this. And the crazy thing is, I know obviously the symptoms take at least, 5 days a week to show up if you have it. I'm already paranoid, like, oh, I have a slight, you know, feeling in my nose of stuffiness. Is that it? My throat's slightly sore. Well, I was talking a bunch and yesterday, and that can make my throat, but I just get paranoid about everything, so gotta stay cool. Two days for what? 2 days to show up on a test? That's good, Drake. You should stay home. Yeah, that's true, Ela. Yep, that's all true. I mean, those people are living in another world of power and riches and you know, arrogance and just looking down on people who have less than them, but kind of looking to them like, oh, give us support. And it's funny because Republicans will make fun of that, and then they'll do it so much worse. They'll be even more flagrant and disgusting in their contempt for poor people. Like just trying to instill fear in them of immigrants, of black people, of atheists, of liberals, of gay people, of transgender people, and totally just trying to exploit the ignorant fears that people have to blame them for problems that, you know, I don't want to start ranting and get dissociated. Change topics off those people. This food bank purchase, Atkins chocolate banana protein shake. You're waiting for the Special Olympics to come back? When are they? Well, yeah, the thing is, I don't have a home. If I get sick, I don't know, I can't isolate myself. I'm in my car. I'm sure it would be excruciatingly painful if I got very sick anywhere, on top of being in the heat in my car. But I'm not trying to talk like that, you know, I'm not assuming I have it. Probably don't. And unfortunately, now I know this test is probably useless today because I I did it too soon. I'm gonna get walking around, I guess. Burn some calories. No, I can't get into a hotel. That Project Room Key thing, I'm not eligible for it. And even if I was, it might take a while to get a room. Thank you, Michelle. Well, okay. My test was useless. Oh, man. I'll have to wait a while to try and get tested again to really be sure. But I don't want to ignore it and think, well, what's the point? I hope they don't limit testing. Sure. It's hot. It was much nicer under that tree. I'm gonna pour some water on me. And this is nice. Nobody else is here. I did see some people here a few hours ago. They're gone. Oh shit, that water's burning hot at the water fountain. Literally just putting it on my shirt to cool down. Sorry you had to hear my breathing while I was drinking. I was thinking, where'd my hat go? That's a little better. Those sounds, yeah. You hear me breathing through my nose. Monitor my health closely, yeah. I should get a thermometer, I guess. Since I heard that's an early symptom, right? So, you can get a cheap thermometer. You can get them at, like, I think some dollar stores have them. So maybe I'll check after this, for one. There's a nice area under trees here, like that's got shade, so maybe I'll just walk around in circles here. Like some nut. Because I get sick from the heat. It's really bad. I was hurting the other day yesterday after I was in the heat for a few hours. And even after I went inside the sun space and was able to cool down, it still fucking hurt my head. This is ridiculous. I'm walking under, 40 square feet of shade, just in circles. Reminds me of Midnight Express, when the prisoners are just walking around that wheel like they've gone crazy. You love being in the air conditioning house? Yeah, me too. Haven't been in one in a while. It was nice when I was at Jack in the Box the other day. The air conditioning worked well there. Son of a... But yes, I would like to be in a home as well. That would be really nice. Because this heat is getting inhospitable. I don't understand how people in downtown LA, if they're homeless, they gotta live in this, how they can suffer it. This is unimaginable. If you're on the pavement in downtown where it's like all the heat is just being reflected everywhere, and it's just nightmarish, and you don't have places to go to the bathroom. Oh my goodness. I mean, there are people who die from it. And you can't just do what I do here and just pour lots of water over me and stuff. They have to, try and get all the water. They can't just horrible. And what does Garcetti do? We'll give 1,100 hotel rooms, even though we have 100,000 empty hotel rooms right now. And, you can apply if you're over 65 and have certain health problems and stuff. It's like, what? I won't get into it. I'm not going to start ranting. I get off the streets if I can. Well, I'd like that. Sorry, Drake. I'm going to talk about what I want. Talk about what I want to talk about. Oh, I finally see two people, and they're walking away. At least there's a whole row of trees here so I can keep cool and walk between them all. Man, I had too much rice from Panda Express. It was good, but too much. So now I'm going to walk around for a while. And unfortunately, the food bank hasn't had as much food I can eat as they have in the past, where they'll have little meals, sushi, or sandwiches. I'm not trying to eat sandwiches, but they used to have a lot of chicken salads. That was good. And spinach salads. They don't have as much of that stuff lately, so it makes it tough for me to get cheap food there. Because it depends what gets donated there, you know, from grocery stores. So they're great if you have a home and you can cook, but I am stuck going to fast food restaurants that are somewhat healthy, you know? I think I need more water already. Why is this water fountain black and all the other ones are blue? Somebody just painted this? You gotta let it run for a little bit because the water gets so hot, but it cools. But you get the cool water. Got so much water in me. Yes, there are barbecue pits at parks around here, including here at Hanson Dam. I just don't really have the money to. It's ridiculous to get. First of all, I'd have to get charcoal, which they do have at the food bank. Last time I was looking for it there, just to see if they have it. They had a bunch of bags of charcoal. I don't think they have lighter fluid at the food bank, so I'd have to get that. And I don't know what you'd put. I'd have to get aluminum foil, I guess. But what's the point, you know? It'd be so messy, so time-consuming just for a meal, and it would end up costing a reasonable amount of money, even though it's from the food bank, like getting chicken or I would try and barbecue fish, and it's just very tedious. I'd have to let it thaw out because it's frozen, at least the fish. The chicken's refrigerated, so I could just drive. I'd have to go straight from the food bank to the park to cook, and it's not really worth the time for me to do all that. Like, in that time, I could just get a simple meal. Oh, a hummingbird. I don't know where it went. So it's not really worth the trouble for me, the barbecue. Time, money, driving, it's like I could get a chicken teriyaki bowl at Jack in the Box and not have to cook it myself and spend the same or even less money. Looking forward to getting that radiator on my car, but I got to get a job first, and I want to have enough money left over. Like, I'm not just going to get a radiator right away. I want to, I don't know how quickly I can save up money, and I don't even know if it's a full-time job that I'm looking at getting or part-time. But either way, I would like at least another, you know, $500 left over or so after I get the radiator and parts, so that if it doesn't work, I can get my car towed to a mechanic and get them to do it. At least I've already paid for the radiator by that point, but I would still want money left over. is nice. Not having people out here. What is life going to be like when everybody's back? Who knows? When things sort of resume, but a lot of things won't resume. You can't change what we're going through now. It's not like, oh, the pandemic's over, all of a sudden everyone gets their jobs back. Not everyone will. Not everyone will be around to get them back. That doesn't just mean deaths. It means people who had to move, had to find other work, that didn't pay as well, had to, or went homeless. So, it's a very momentous thing going on right now. But yeah, looking forward to getting that radiator and getting that handled and making the definitive video on how to change the radiator on a 2000 Toyota Camry. Because these other people don't really show every step that you should go through and lay it out ahead of time what you're going to do. I don't really like chocolate ice cream, Drake. You don't have water fountains at Netherlands parks? Why not? I thought the Netherlands take care of their people pretty much. I know no country's perfect, but you know, we always hear about, oh, they have such great education, healthcare, unemployment help, social safety net, nobody's homeless, all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, our dumbasses in America are be like, you're poor? Well, fuck you. Go die. That's our plan. That's good. No, it's bad if you live. Yeah, until it's someone they know. Well, I could use a seat. I am wearing out. I'm sure I'm not eating enough in general, and what I do eat is not, you know, giving me enough macronutrients I need, like protein, carbohydrates. All right, Drake. What is this obsession with graffitiing everything? There's graffiti on the benches here, and I don't know, I don't really remember, but I don't think this was here a year ago. Or 8 months ago when I was coming through here a lot, or roughly, no, 9 or 10 months ago when I had my car crash, and I would just walk around here in the mornings for a workout. Toilet paper tube is down here. Hey, Nordic Rider. So somebody said it takes at least like 2 days after exposure to the Trump virus to get a positive, or for it to show up on a test. So it looks like I got tested too soon because I was around people last night. I'm not aware of them having it, but I was at Sunspace, and you know, I wanted to get tested just to be sure, and if I have it, tell them so everybody else knows to quarantine and get tested. But now it looks like I didn't wait long enough because I got tested like 14 hours after I was around these other people. So I was helping with a live stream last night. I learned how to use OBS. Man, that stuff, it took like 30 seconds to learn how to use. I'm not even exaggerating. It was the simplest thing to start up and run. I'm like, oh, I understand exactly how to do this. now I know how to do it. So one day when I have a home, I'll, if I have time for it, who knows what I'll be doing, run OBS, and I'd like to do live streams with my mom and like playing video games with her on Twitch or YouTube. That would be really cool. But yeah, I was around other people. They did a jazz show last night, live streaming on Twitch. Go support Sunspace on YouTube and Facebook. And I just want to get tested to be sure, but now it looks like the test is kind of pointless. No, that is not the place. That is not, what, the place? That is not correct. Nordic Rider hand sanitizer is not something that's going to prevent you from getting it. It's mainly transmitted through the air. What time is it? 12:24 already? Yeah, that's good. I'm burning calories because time's going by so quickly. Click like, everyone, helps the video out. I'm really looking forward to getting the new radiator. I'm just waiting now until I get the job, I save up money. I'll keep checking my coolant like every week. And especially if I'm driving around a lot in LA, you know, I'll be losing coolant quicker. And I found a good AutoZone to order parts to. I don't want to go to the one that I would go to sometimes because it's too small, too crowded. This one I found, man, there was nobody in there by the time I got my stuff. Nobody, there were like 2 people when I came in. And it's a really big place. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So I got to come here, order the radiator, the gaskets, bushings, seals, whatever, the AT205. I got to check. I may have pliers in the car. I didn't check that pocket, that little pouch that had tools that the previous owner put in there. I didn't look to see if there were pliers, but I saw something sticking out like pliers because those are good for getting the clamps off the hoses. So those, I have the right size sockets, it looks like. I need the 10 and 12 millimeter one. None of the videos I saw talked about 12 millimeter one. So their parents need to spank them for giving bad information on camera. I alone can give the right information, the definitive guide to replacing a radiator on a 2000 Toyota Camry, the likes of which we have never seen. And it's going to be huge. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And I'm going to do it like, I guess in the morning. Yeah, well, would that be best? I just don't want to do it with the sun burning me up. That's all. But I'll do it, or I could do it in the evening. That would make sense too. And then the next morning just bring it or tow it to a mechanic. I don't know. I can't think. I gotta do it in the whatever. But it's gonna take a few weeks to save up the money and all. I gotta deal with my credit card bill. Oh, it's nice under this what is it? A tree. I'm going to still hang out here for a while, then I'll go work on my laptop later today. But it's really nice because it's so quiet here with the Trump virus testing. So the park's closed, there's no parking here. My mom, by the way, she's trying to get a second job still. I think she's still trying to meet with the person who hires people at another job. This other job she's trying to get. Bergman, don't call it that. Let's not talk like that around here. Use that kind of, you know, language about it that bad people, very bad people have been using, so. Yeah, I'm kind of worn out overall. And I gotta sleep more. I know that's a big thing. I've been getting away with, you know, not quite as much sleep as I should be getting lately. How many people here? I can't even see. 11? That's cool. Click like, everyone. Helps the video out. Yeah, it's really nice here. It's Hanson Dam. There's a lot of smoke blanketing the area. You can barely see the mountains behind the smoke from the wildfires. Well, if you're asking how hot is it here in Southern California, I don't know. Someone look up the temperature. But we've been in a heat wave with 100+ degree temperatures for the last week. I think pretty much every day, or getting close to 100 degrees. But it changes a lot with the wind and being in shade right now because it's not humid. It was the heat was by far worse in Virginia, where if it was really hot, it would not cool down in the evening, at night, because it was still humid. My phone is a LG Stylo 5. It's kind of junk, and actually today it had another problem that for now fixed itself, but the sound got extremely blown out and like clipped. And I'm like, whoa, is this video? And then it was happening on everything. Like you know, when the sound clips, it's when it's recorded too hot, and the speaker, it can't accurately reproduce the sound, so it just gets blown out and distorted, and it fucking sounds like garbage. No, that's actually, this is by far the best smartphone for battery life that I've ever had. This thing can last for hours and hours, even while operating it. Everything else about this phone is worse. When I check my email, I often have to check it and it won't fully load it, go back and then open it again to see it. Everything's slower, the apps are slower, it has less memory, the camera sucks. At least more so the rear camera. My Samsung Galaxy, it had 3 cameras, so it was like really high quality, wide. This is a huge, like a mutant fly. And it also had a extremely long digital zoom. This phone does not. Yeah, I haven't had those issues so much with this phone. It's just everything else about it is crappy, but you know, it's all I could afford. I hear a helicopter. Oh, and this phone doesn't make a hotspot, Wi-Fi hotspot, so I can't connect to my I can't use it to get internet on my laptop. I thought all phones had that now, but no, apparently not. Oh, a helicopter's coming by. Oh, that wind is nice. I can't even see a helicopter because the smoke is so... Well, I don't know if it's obscured by the trees and stuff, but... Whoa, that's loud. Yeah. Oh, there it is. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's behind the trees. But it was pretty low. Better than... I've never had one of their phones. How many cars did I own? No, I've had 3 cars. My first car that I owned was a really crappy 95 Mitsubishi Galant. I knew nothing about cars. If I knew what I know now, when I got it, I would have never bought it. I could have taken my $2,000, bought something so much better. To me, all cars were the same. I had no clue how to inspect it. That's not even an exaggeration. I didn't even look at the coolant. I had to pay like 200 some dollars to get it to pass inspection. It was leaking oil, and I had to fill it up with oil every week. It was really fun to drive. It was fast, but it was so old. It was beat to hell. It had major problems that needed like well more what it was worth to fix. So I traded it in, got $1,000 at a dealer, and paid like $13,000 for a 2005 Honda Civic with 59,000 miles on it. I overpaid for that too. That was foolish to buy it from a dealer. I'll never buy a dealer car again. Lasted 10 years, and then it was destroyed, but it was barely working by the time it was destroyed. Or not barely working, it was just having a lot of problems. And on top of that, like a month before it was destroyed, I got like $1,200 worth of work financed for the control arms, the bushings, the tires. So it was just crazy, and now I'm still paying that off, and hopefully I pay it off in a few months, because if not, and fortunately the payments got delayed too because of the Trump virus. So now I have till like February instead of October or something, because if you don't pay it off within a year, then you'll get charged a lot of interest, huge amount of interest. I haven't had that yet because it's still under a year, but fortunately now they're extending it like 4 months or something. So that's really good, but I'm going to pay as much as I can once I get a job, so I don't have to pay any interest to those jerks. And my Camry. I did drive around my dad's Buick Park Avenue, is 95 Buick Park Avenue, before I got my Mitsubishi Galant, but that was a really slow car. Extremely slow. Maybe they had good engines, it was just incredibly underpowered. So I'll only ever buy used cars from private sellers from now on. And hopefully, really, I could live with my Camry the rest of my life. I don't care. Hey, the insurance should only get cheaper, right? Well, I'd have to renegotiate it to get it cheaper. My car insurance company, they're not just going to give me cheaper insurance. But yeah, get older cars for the cheaper insurance. I don't know how like soldiers can march every day so long. I feel like my body's practically swollen whenever I walk around a lot. If I could tie up a hammock here, I would take a nap, but can't do that. Also, there's a lot of around here. So my virus test is useless, it sounds like. I mean, unless I happen to be exposed to it somewhere else, and if I did get it, I'm not joking about that. I'm not expecting I have it, but at least then it would be good to know. But otherwise, it looks like I took it too early. I took it like 14 hours after being around some people, and so it'll probably come back negative, unfortunately. I mean, you know, I say unfortunately because it won't necessarily show if I got it from anyone yesterday. Ha! Moist Andy's here. Hey, everybody. Moist Andy is a good friend of this channel. We've made a lot of videos together. You look up Moist Andy on YouTube, you'll find him. Hey, Joseph. How's it going? That's his real name. So, Moist Andy, how's everything at Amazon? At the Amazon warehouse? I don't know how you work that job. It is so hard, but Moist Andy says, I believe, according to my religious views, that chewing tobacco and nasal snuff may provide protection against curses and demons, and I have obtained the guide of an angel into my spiritual hermitage. Well, Moist Andy, that sounds amazing. Yeah, that sounds amazing. That's great. Great to hear. Glad you're doing well. And, you know, I hope you're doing well and healthy and stuff, and Amazon's treating you well. Hey, Half Blind Gamer. Well, no one's ever had an exorcism, I think. No, it wasn't the cotton swab in the nose. It was extremely simple. I didn't have to get out of my car. All I did, they hand you a bag with a Q-tip in it, you put it in your mouth, and then you just put it in a vial, you seal up the bag, and you drop it off in a little slot like a mailbox. That's it. Now, I mean, you have to cough into your mask, they say 5 times first, and then put the swab in for 20 seconds, get it all over your mouth, and then put it in the vial and drop it in. So, that was it. It was very simple. I drove in and out of there in probably 15 minutes. You know, there's no pain. Because all you're doing is just putting a Q-tip in your mouth. And my car didn't overheat. All that time I was idling there, so that's good. So it's not losing coolant too quick, but I got to keep checking on it. I'm checking the time because at a certain point I will get going, but I still got time. Still got a while. Yes, 45 lies. That would be nice. I don't know. Here, I'll answer it like Trump. Well, we'll see. Frankly, things are moving very quickly, and it's going to be a situation we have to see day by day. And, you know, a lot of people are talking about it. Frankly, I mean, I think nobody knows what's going to happen. And, you know, as far, well, I mean, what do I think? Well, you know, I haven't been watching it. I haven't been watching that closely. You know, it's a tough situation. It's definitely tough for everybody. You know, a lot of people concerned. You have I don't even like saying that phrase. Wait, it says it. It's so disgusting. You know what I was going to say with an F, but you know, there's a lot of spin, and frankly, it's a disgrace. But you know, I'm going to keep people accountable when this election happens. More with Moist Andy. By the way, follow Moist Andy on Instagram. He has these amazing updates about the radios he's building himself. So he says, I have built a very nice sounding 2-tube Reagan radio with RF amplifier and pentode grid detector. The coil is very sensitive and the AM radio stations are crowded on the tuning knob, but sounds great. That's awesome. Yeah, so Moist Andy's really, this isn't just some fad where he's trying to build radios and he gave up on it. He's like learning his stuff. And how many, Moist Andy, how many radio sets would you say you've gone through attempting to build? Because I have no idea. Still nobody out here. It's pretty nice. Click like, everyone, helps the video out. The smoke around here is so insane. I hope it's just not too harmful to me, especially wearing a mask, because I don't know if I can show it really. I don't feel like getting up. But yeah, you can sort of see here in the distance mountains, just trees, and you can barely see the outline of the mountains. Get my finger and whoa. Okay, never mind. I won't put my finger up there. Where the hell was I trying to look? It's, you can see it's just all this haze from the wildfires. Five successful radios, 3 of them salvaged for spare wires and components. That's awesome. So yeah, follow Moist Andy. And how are things at Amazon? Moist Andy or Joseph? I'll call you Joseph. Because I know you said you sweat through like 3 pairs of shirts or something each shift of your job. And it's surreal being here. But you know, my dissociative disorder is getting better now. And I'm just sort of noticing that. Whereas it would be acting up now. Oh, shit. Spider was weaving a web on my phone. Motherfucker. Fuck off. I had to do 3 blows to get it out of here. Get out of here. Get it out of here. Surprised I'm able to go this long without the phone messing up. "13 people here. That's a record. That's amazing." No, that's not even a record, but that's really good. Why can't this screen work? God damn it. So again, for anyone who missed it, the test I took today, apparently it's pretty useless. I mean, maybe it's good to have it from anyone I was around previous days, but if I was around anyone the last week or so, except last night, they had masks on, and I wasn't that close to them. Last night I was at Sunspace helping with the live stream for a jazz show, and people didn't have masks on all the time, including me. Oh, my damn allergies are acting up. Why, man? Hello, Nate. Well, if my allergies act up, then I definitely shouldn't be going in stores and stuff because people are going to be freaking out thinking I'm sick. Maybe it's allergies from the smoke. That wouldn't surprise me. Moist Andy says, I'm running very, very low on insulated multi-strand 16 AUG copper hookup wiring. I'm stripping and tinning any junk wires I can dig around in my boxes of broken electronics. What? That's good, Joseph. Yeah, it sounds like a great project. God damn, my allergies. I can feel my sinuses constricting. Do you think it's this smoke that could be doing it from the fires? Because what else? Like, I don't know. We don't have pollen here, really, especially this time of year. Oh, God damn. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the smoke. My eyes are, like, starting to water. By the way, I got one bid for my shoes on eBay, my celebrity shoes, where 15% is going to the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund, and then the bid was canceled almost immediately. I think maybe it wasn't one of my viewers, it was somebody who was looking for shoes and then realized what crappy condition they were in and canceled the bid. That's good to know. Big score. Smoke. LA pollution. Probably take 15 years off of life. Well, what the hell do I do? Where do I go for clean air? Here, I have this N95 mask, but it is damn hard to breathe with this thing on. I'll try it now and see. And I'll have my other mask over it so that it lasts longer. Man, it smells like skin lotion, I swear. Okay, that's not too bad. A little harder to breathe with this on, and this thing is fucking tight on my face. Yeah, this thing is, man, I don't know how people breathe in this. And it's so tight, like. What do I do? Oh, that's uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable. It kind of gives me anxiety. It's like claustrophobic. I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's like more psychologically upsetting. Jeez. I'm realizing with the bill I owe for the tires and stuff on my old car that I got financed that I'm still paying off, as well as my credit card payment, which is massive. I'm basically going to be spending all my money on my job on those things and maybe saving a little and gas and everything. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be working just to keep working. Maybe I'll have a little left over though to donate to you know, Black Lives Matter, some bail fund movements, defund the police, stuff like that. No, I don't want to live closer to the beach. One thing, the traffic is horrendous. Two, it's not really around the stuff I want to be around. It's like so crowded. I don't know where I'd sleep in my car because it's very rich in those areas. Yes, I see people sleeping in their cars on the Pacific Coast Highway. I wouldn't want to sleep there. The cars go by so fast, it gives me anxiety. It'll wake me up. And after my car crash, I don't want to park on streets like that. You know, where just the chance of being hit by someone goes up. So no, I wouldn't want to do that. I know it's cooler by the beach. Also, I'm worried about if the big one hits, if there's a big earthquake and there's a tsunami. How do you expect to survive that, you know? I get it, no one's going to assume it's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, but at some point it's going to happen. And we don't know if it's going to be, you know, a year from now or 500 years from now. I get it, it seems kind of silly to move everybody away from the coast when it's kind of a remote possibility in a lot of ways. But yet, I won't try and live close to there if I don't have to. Hey, are my allergies getting better? I don't know. Time. I gotta check the time. Oh, maybe I'll get up and do some walking. Man, I gotta breathe through my mouth with this thing because I can't get enough air through my nose with this N95 mask. And does it even protect from smoke? Why am I wearing it? I'm just wearing it out. Fuck, I can't. I hate the idea of breathing in smoke and causing serious health problems for me later in life. Just, what can I do? There's nowhere to go in the valley to avoid the smoke that I'm aware of. Even then, a lot of parts you can't just get out of your car and walk around easily. So where do I go? Plus, if I sold my hubcaps, I would just donate the money straight to a, you know, Black Lives Matter and defund the police movement. So, oh man, that smells like skin moisturizer. And that N95 mask, it's weird. Well, would this mask protect from the smoke, though? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, I don't know if it's my imagination or if you can see a haze. You can't really tell on camera, it's all too blown out. But if you can see smoke in this field I'm in, which is kind of like a little valley right here, you know, you can see the hill over there, so barely see it. It's a valley among the surrounding area where we're already in the San Fernando Valley, or whatever you call this place, Silmar, Lakeview Terrace, I don't know. The smoke is only dangerous cumulatively. Well, that's good to know, I guess. I've only been breathing it in for a few days. But I've been breathing in LA pollution for a year. Oh, and I think the smoke is messing up my allergies. Oh, there's a row of trees. I can walk through there in the shade. Man, I wanted to stop by this juice stand, you know, these trucks on the side of the road that make fresh juice. It was $6 for a drink. A small one, $8 for a large one. I'm like, oh, hell no, man. I'm not spending all that money. That's your hard-earned money that you guys donate to me. I'm not spending it all on a drink like that. I thought a cold drink, especially something with like a healthy juice, would be good for me, but I'm not spending that kind of money. I'm pretty far bad from the real bad part. LA just has crappy air. Okay, that's good to know, big score. Click like, helps the video out, gets YouTube to share it, all that stuff. Yeah, it's great not having people around. It's just so surreal. It's weird, like I'm in a, you know, abandoned movie lot. It'd be a great place to shoot a little low-budget movie in. Nobody would know. Nobody's watching. I'm not advocating for that if, you know, you have a crew over a certain size, get a permit, all that stuff. Oh, I don't feel like walking out of this field now. Sardine challenge. I'm full. I ate honey sesame chicken with a ton of rice, and I just saw the shadow of a Cessna pass by me, and like green beans or something, and little peppers, like yellow banana peppers or something from Panda Express. So I am stuffed. And sardines is a food you cannot eat a lot of. It's just, I don't know why. It just grosses you out. Also, it fills you up quickly. I gotta go back to the porta potty. I want a bigger hat actually, but I don't want to spend the money on it yet. But they have these like giant straw hats. It was like $7 at some store, but I didn't want to spend the money on it really. And the other thing is I don't have room for it in my car because you can't fold it up. This hat you can mash up and stuff and it'll still basically keep its shape. This other one, because it's a big straw thing, you can't do that. It'll break, and I have nowhere to really set it in my car. Whereas this I can stuff underneath my backpack or something. Can't believe the test I got today is useless now, basically. For as far as finding out if I had an exposure last night. Damn. I hope they'll let me come back and take a test in a week or something. Because today's Friday. Would they even let me come back? Because, they take your info and stuff and come back and have another test like Wednesday? Or would they think, no, that's too many tests, you don't need one now? Shit. Or I don't know, maybe they wouldn't, Maybe they'd be understanding. And it was a free test, too. Or I don't know if it was free. They did ask for my health insurance, but I have Medi-Cal, so they took my Medi-Cal information. So I don't know. I don't know if they actually billed Medi-Cal or not. $54 pants for $13? I took a few for surgeries in a row. What are you all talking about? I have no idea. Sounds like all that hydroxychloroquine hit your brain. Hit your brains. Like I said, surreal sight. It's nice, but it's also a little weird. Oh. All right. I'm gonna walk a little while longer. What time is it? 1:07 p.m. Okay. At a certain point, I will get going, but I got time right now. I kind of miss being up trails on mountains. I don't go on them because I don't really want to spend the money on gas. And also, I'm just obsessed with writing, as much as I can. Man, I just hope I get this job, and I'm barely going to get by, but if I get this job disinfecting buildings from the Trump virus, that's what I'm going to put in my resume. I cleaned out Trump virus from buildings where people need to go for school, for after school, libraries and schools. And schools, sometimes people go there after school as well. So, getting rid of this Trump virus. Maybe it'd be funny if I seriously put that on my resume, and anyone who didn't like it, I won't work for them. Well, obviously they wouldn't hire me. There. There's a big hill up here. About the only good thing about the library being closed was this asshole would come in and always fucking cuss out the computer and be like, "Yeah, fuck, come on, I put it in, yeah, come on." I always wanted to go over and be like, "You want something to cuss about? I'll give you something to scream about." I wouldn't seriously do that. I'm not going to advocate doing that kind of stuff. It's bullying someone because he was an older guy. He can't, he obviously wasn't in uh, the best shape physically, so don't do that. I'm not saying, I'm just, it was really annoying. So that's the only good thing about this whole thing. But, I'm not trying to celebrate anyone's troubles either, because I'm sure he needed to be on the computer too. So my ribs are fine now. I think there's always some latent kind of, I don't know, something I can feel, like a slight scarring on them, or I don't know what, protrusion. But yeah, my ribs are mostly fine. Nordic writers referring to my car crash, I'm sure. But look at the smoke over the mountains. Where's my finger? It is so covered in smoke. Oh crap! And you can see. All right, you can see barely the. I don't know if you can see it on the phone, and I can't even see because it's not bright, the screen, and the dynamic range isn't great. But right there, maybe you can see the outline of smoke emerging from the fire miles in the distance. I don't know how far that is. 15 miles? What? I'm not sure. I'm a horrible judge of distance because to me those mountains look like 40 miles away. And I'm sure they're like a couple miles away or something. But I can't even tell because the screen's not bright enough and I don't have enough contrast. I don't know if I'm imagining it, but about right there, you can see the cloud or the smoke emerging from the fires. That is insane. I don't know if I can get a better angle. Can anyone see that? You see it? I wonder if I zoom in, if it makes a difference. I can't even tell on my screen. But yeah, there's smoke from the fire. So really, I don't know, huge natural forces at work. I know I don't even want to talk about that guy, the president, anymore. What he thinks should happen with parks in California. All right, I'm going to show the view. Enough of my fucking face. I should take it easy on my face, but show some of the view. And go walking around a little. This phone keeps interrupting the live stream. I wonder, has a storm ever completely put out a forest fire? Has that ever happened? I never hear about that. And of course, California gets virtually no rain. Especially in the summer. I can't remember the last time we got rain here. condom. I can't even see anything on the screen, it's so bright. Man, this is real. I wish I could afford a big camera crew to like film me professionally. Like, you know, from way off in the distance and stuff, and just cut together me walking through here with nobody else around and the smoke in the distance. Giving me direction on, you know, wireless earpiece. All right, Angelo, take 40 steps that way east at your 11 o'clock. The wind is nice though. And my eyes sting a little. I think it's, I don't know. Well, I'm only guessing it's smoke. It is so luxurious walking around and not having sand get in my shoes. With these new shoes that don't have holes in them. Who's driving their own sedan out here? What in the living hell? That is weird. How'd they even get their car down here? Maybe it's someone who got the Trump virus test and they didn't go on the designated route. Yeah, now they're stuck. Keep going. I mean, they're not stuck. There's nowhere for them to go. They gotta turn around. Stay the fuck away from me, motherfucker. You don't need to talk to me. Yes, there are grills at this. There's like barbecue pits, or not pits, but like little brick stacks where like you can barbecue stuff. I just too much work and money to do all that and take food out here and cook it when I can just get some fast food myself and they cook it already. What am I doing out here? Hey, has anyone seen the movie Jerry? Gus Van Sant movie about Matt Damon and Casey Affleck? Both who are guys named Jerry, and they get trapped in the desert. And it's very like, there's no real story, and it's kind of meandering, and long shots of them walking. Fantastic cinematography. I wonder who the cinematographer was. Harry Savides, who I believed also was the DP on The Game from David Fincher. Because I have a question about that movie. And some really interesting long shots in that movie. Like long takes that go on for minutes and minutes. Here's the actual, like, the dam itself. And that's the top of the dam up at the top. I guess I'm lucky. I don't know. I've never gotten a blister in my life. I don't even know how you know if you have one or what it feels like. With all the walking I do sometimes. This phone's getting a little hot. It's 1:23. Seriously, how'd that car get down here? I don't know if there's ever water here. But it's totally dry. Can't believe I gotta walk back to my car. Trying to find a bench that has some shade over it. I think there's one person on a bench. Yeah, at the end of the field. That's it. Nobody else. Getting a little sick from the heat. Right now, I wish I had a bike to ride around. Like 24 season 1. I never saw that show. Relax a while and then I'll head out. But got some time to kill. How's the wind not blow away all that smoke through the mountains? That's what I don't get. Or is there just so much smoke? Just like always more. That was a good walk, at least. Now I want to take a nap. So should I try and get another virus test, like what, in a week or something? Because if today's was too soon after I was around a bunch of people, today's was kind of useless. I don't know. I hope. Uh, I hope I don't have it. That's all I can say. I don't think I do. No one I was around said they thought they had it, but that doesn't mean anything except as far as they may be, isolating and honest. Honest, not just in that, oh, like they're trying to lie, but do they, have awareness of any possible exposures they've had and all that. So, yeah, I'd like a nap. I could kind of do it on this bench. Let's see, I just like this. All right, that's good. I'm not taking anyone's village. Come to your village? Oh, I thought you were offering to let me take your village. Uh, no, I'm not going to your village. I appreciate the offer, but I'm staying in LA. going to be spending so much money. And here's the, I was talking about the financing I got on the tires and control arms and bushings and other stuff on my Civic like a month before it was destroyed. And it was like a $1,200 bill total, and they only bill me like $34 a month or something. Is if you don't pay it off in a year, so you'd have to make much higher than the minimum payment to pay it off in a year. Like what, $100 a month? You'll get starting to get charged huge interest rates. And I'm just thinking, if I get this job, I'll have to pay over $100 a month to get it paid, probably before February. I think they pushed it back to, because of the shutdown and everything. Hey, Elena. What the hell? What's Mimi's? I thought you were trying to say memes. What's Mimi's? If that's a restaurant, maybe. Maybe I'll go. Crazy thing is right now, okay, my as far as food, my food stamp card, I'm out of money on that. So for the rest of the month, I'm trying to go to the food bank and get food, but they don't have a lot of stuff I can just eat, like take away and eat lately. Because, whatever they get, it depends on what they're donated from grocery stores. So they have a lot of protein drinks, that's good, oatmeal, peanut butter, but they haven't had stuff like salads, even sushi. I try not to get sushi too much from there, but that and whatever else little meals I would get, I can't even remember. Sometimes sandwiches, I generally wouldn't get those. But they don't have much food I can actually eat there, so I'm having to spend a lot of money on, like, relatively healthy fast food meals. So today I got Panda Express, orange sesame chicken with rice and like green beans and stuff. Thank you, Alex. What is it? Alexandros. Go get a drink? Maybe I will. Oh, mimir. I never heard of. Maybe I have mimir, meaning to sleep. I've never heard of it. That version of the word, like to sleep. I mean, it sounds kind of like the Spanish. Well, no, not really, because I forgot all verbs in Spanish end in ir, ar, or er. But sounds like dormir in a way. Wow, Alexandro says artificial intelligence has been operating for the last 700 years, if not longer, and they're getting ready to direct energy weapon. California self might have no choice but to leave. Oh, that's some deep stuff, man. That's dope. I get about $195 a month. Oh, it's used for children to describe them sleeping. My food stamp card gives me about $195 a month. They stopped adding cash onto it for whatever reason. I don't know why. I used to get like $20 in cash I could use to buy whatever. Usually I would just buy more food with it once the regular balance went away. But they haven't been adding it for the last 2 or 3 months. So about $195 a month. So that goes pretty quickly, I mean, I mostly get bottled water, sardines, oatmeal. I'll get some protein drinks, but it just goes really quickly. But I really want to get that freaking car bill paid so those people don't get any interest payments from me. That is the biggest ripoff, is paying interest. Got thousands and thousands and thousands I've paid in interest charges in my credit card. I'm going to have to pay over like $400 on it next month. And if I can't, I'm just going to call the credit card company and try and work out something with them, which hopefully they'll be amenable to. When I say, look, I've gotten a job by them, or hopefully I'm close to getting it, and I just say, look, please, don't charge penalties or anything. I'm trying to pay this. I'm not trying to just, avoid paying entirely, but just work with me for like the first month or something and split it up into 2 smaller payments or whatever. But either way, it's going to be a lot of money. And the thing is, if you only pay the minimum payment, it's barely ever going to get it down, because then I'll get charged another $200 or $300 in interest next month, even if I pay the minimum $450 or something. So you're only getting it down like $150 a month or whatever. So I got to pay a lot. and that's with the tire situation as well. And then you got regular costs. I got to get a new radiator. Of course, I'll make the best video on YouTube about how to replace your radiator on your 2000 Toyota Camry. So who knows what kind of amazing deals I'll get from that, because nobody's done it as well as I will. Thanks, thanks, Bergman. Alexandros, it depends what you're going to send. I try not to get packages, or not to ask for packages and stuff, because the place I have a mailbox at, it's in the description, the address, but they only have limited room for packages, and if I can't pick it up soon, you know, if it fills up there, they may throw it out. But yes, I have a mailbox. I prefer if anyone send me anything, make it a gift card. It makes it easy for me. But yeah, I'm waiting. Maybe Wednesday, I'm going to check back with that job placement company and see if I have a counselor yet. And that's the next step I need to go forward with my application. Thank goodness everything so far has gone smoothly. But it's every step of the way I've had to wait a week. And so now I'm waiting another week before I talk to a counselor to get this job disinfecting buildings. And then I'll still just be paying all my money on bills, but that's something. Yes, Alexandros, that's where you can send it. Taxes are always high, yeah. Even with what little I made last year. Well, wait. No, I got a refund last year, and then damn TurboTax added like another $200 in fees or something they didn't say up front, so. So I ended up having a much smaller refund. But yes, taxes get high quick. I'm looking forward to taking a nap. Getting somewhere air conditioned. It's nice being back at Hanson Dam. I didn't come here for months during the shutdown, and yeah, it's a little bit of a drive to get here, so that adds up the gas money. But I'm actually kind of glad. At least I discovered yesterday or 2 days ago my radiator is a little messed up. What I was saying is my radiator's messed up, so at least now I know, and I've done a bunch of research, so I know pretty much everything I need to replace my radiator. And maybe I'll just do it right next to the AutoZone around here, so that way if I need anything else or have problems, I can go in and possibly buy what else I need. But I'll try and order everything to the store first, so it's just all there. I don't have to ask them to search the shelves for everything. Also, I need to clean the condenser. The condenser in front of the radiator has a bunch of like bugs and stuff in it, so I will, before I get the radiator, I'll go to a car wash and just spray it out, you know. So a car washer, it's like a self-service car wash. So I'll just go and spray the condenser and hopefully get some of that stuff out. Oh, the one person here, he left. $150. I'm actually going to get going now. Got to do some stuff and leave this place. But thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.